You're scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll run with Robinson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
As long as you're good, the air attack has gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Rashad Bateman, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. So we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something, when you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0, like Jim Otto used to wear, or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Listen. To the NFL jerseys.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Looking to throw, Young. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is just depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Panthers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I should like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. Drake London. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8. And Lance going to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned down. There wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Got to get to the 26 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. And Lance now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made. 19. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, getting close to the end zone, and you know that rookie wants the ball back. He's looking for his 1st career touchdown.
He certainly is, and you just wonder with the coaching staff, is it trust in him this early? Are they trying to get him going, give him confidence early in his NFL career? Either way, they want him to score.
These two teams all tied after one. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. Robinson. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Lance now on 3rd and goal. Dancing to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Trey Lance, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened?
There he goes, right side! And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
The one thing we know about RPO throws, they don't take long to develop. He had him wide open to the outside, hit him with it, but I think his eyes were looking downfield, trying to see that open grass. Ends up dropping it. That's a missed opportunity.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime the ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now here's Young. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
It's a big play there for Atlanta. 53 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Rashad Bateman. 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Panthers and Miles Sanders headed out for another drive.
And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up?
That'll give them 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2. Yellow, check right. With red, check pink. Blue, check.
On the counter now, it's Sanders. A beautiful fake. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 63 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Yellow, line, opposite, green.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Young working out of the gun. In trouble, and he's taken down. It's J.O. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
Well, the goal is to get back into this game. The offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. Case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Hardman to return. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The former Minnesota Golden Gopher Rashad Bateman leading this offense back onto the field.
He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Let's go.
2nd and 12. Now Lance. Short throw caught by Pitts.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Off of play action, here's Lance. That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Lance looks to throw again. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Lance again here on 2nd and 10.
And a dump off here to Robinson. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd down, Young. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be taken down right there at the 38. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he returns this to the 22. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. Now a play fake. Lance.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons.
Sean Bateman with now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Falcons are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Young to throw it.
He completes this one to Mingo.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Another completion there. You know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career, an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
On play action, Young. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Falcons will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Lance now on 1st down. Into the hands of London.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
Inside the 10.
And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Extra point right down the middle, and that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25. Time to get another look at Drake London and the Falcons offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? But usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Hey, green. Don't make some mistakes out there. Ready?
They'll run again here with Robinson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And Lance, he's going to change the play.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 9. On play action, Lance. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted.
Their passing game has been... this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
The play fake, now Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Adams. $23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Panthers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The former Minnesota Golden Gopher Rashad Bateman leading this offense back onto the field.
So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
Oh, no.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Here's Lance to throw it.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Working from the gun, Lance.
Eluding the pressure right. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Check right. Smith red.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Now Young. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw went a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hitting just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This offense returns to the field. And the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 109 yards on the ground now for Sanders. He's got a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. From the 41, here's 2nd down and 2.
Another run with Sanders. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freeing up the D lineman to make the play.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders.
Down the sideline he goes.
Now he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Panthers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Just because you've got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Red, yellow. Ready.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Von Bell. And this one will be returned to right around the 3rd. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Katie in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
Young now from the 50.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's Johnny Hecker now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. And Lance now to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
Again, it's Robinson. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
And he is caught. He's going to have the first down and then some. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Lance's throw complete there to Bateman. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Here's 1st and goal. Lance, a quick throw out wide, complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Drake London from 6 yards away. And the Falcons put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead. They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So now Young and the Panthers down 35-31, just under 2 minutes to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Young. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence in them when they line up in these situations.
Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Young. And he can't get a throw off.
going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
They're certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. Here's Young. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
It's desperation time. Young on 4th down.
That is incomplete.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down. And after that, they just went right out of the balloon. And you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. And Young's throw there incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Second down and 6 now. One of only 2 rookies to top 1,000 yards on the ground last year. Here's Tyler Algier.
Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
Try to take this home. They'll run. And he is going to have a Falcons first down. And it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Falcons, that'll be a happy locker room as they...
It's like I've been smooth for so long, I'm trying to get rough. Buffing my nails, dog, I'm trying to get buff. Shaping my beard up, I'm liking the scruff. The hills, cause I'm living my life in the cut. Can't imagine that I'm gonna meet my wife in the club. We gon' see though, I feel like she more of a CEO. Or maybe she doing volunteer work in Rio. It's not like I need her, but I would love to meet her. Another day, another dollar, another phone with another feature. I don't play goalie, but I'm my brother's keeper. Surrounded by family, I'm not with other people. They say I got my pop's demeanor and mother's features. The garden's still private as ever. The gang thriving together. Your boy striving to be the most dominant ever. The hardest white boy since the one who rapped about vomiting sweaters and holding comments. Cause I promise you I'm honestly better than whoever came to your head right then. They ain't cut from the same thread like him. They don't study doing work to get ahead like him. They don't toss and turn in the bed like him. Cause they don't love it. 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 I've been laid back so long, I'm trying to get turned. Searching my name, dog, that's how you get hurt. Being likable, I'm trying to be unbreakable. I just realized that this whole game is takeable if I want it. And I do, yes, I want it. I don't care how you feel about it. I do what I want. I used to look up to the people that I'm moving in front of. It's not that crazy anymore. My city used to a come up. Bryce and Jack G. James is up next. The rest is up to me. These lames is upset. My peers get upstage. The fans are upset.
Why would I hold a man for ransom when my scope like Richard Branson? Since the basement making anthems over seasons with the man in black is teasing with my Panthers. Pretty girl, she think I'm handsome, just coasting through these mansions.